Have you ever felt exhausted after interacting with someone who always seemed to criticize you? I once met a colleague who found fault in almost everything I did. Every interaction left me questioning my worth and abilities. Encountering such challenging personalities can truly test our composure and shake our peace of mind. However, Stoicism offers a powerful set of tools to navigate these rough waters with grace and resilience. In this series, we'll explore 9 difficult personality types, from the constant critic to the insidious flatterer. Each of these individuals can disrupt our tranquility and drain our energy. Stoicism teaches us to maintain control over our responses, focus on what truly matters, and cultivate an inner fortress that remains impervious to external turmoil. Through real-life anecdotes and practical Stoic wisdom, we'll learn how to engage with these challenging personalities without losing our peace or compromising our values. Join me as we delve into these interactions, armed with Stoic principles that empower us to preserve our serenity in the face of adversity. Number 1. Manipulative individuals. Manipulative individuals are adept at exploiting emotional vulnerabilities, using deception and coercion to serve their ends. Interacting with such personalities can be especially draining, as they often employ tactics that twist words and situations, pushing others toward decisions that may not align with their best interests. For those practicing Stoicism, these interactions test the very core of their philosophy: the mastery over one's emotions and the focus on what truly lies within one's control. From a Stoic perspective, the key to dealing with manipulative people lies in maintaining a strong sense of self-awareness and emotional detachment. This approach helps to prevent getting caught in the web of manipulation, ensuring that one's decisions remain grounded in reason and personal ethics. Stoics teach that we should not attempt to control the manipulator's actions, which are beyond our power, but rather focus on our responses and attitudes towards them. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." This quote profoundly underscores the challenge posed by manipulative individuals. They wield the power to disturb your emotional state and influence your actions. However, by adhering to Stoic principles, one can shield themselves from such influences. Practicing Stoicism involves critically evaluating the intentions behind the information being presented, ensuring that responses are not reactions, but well-considered actions aligned with one's own values. Thus, in the face of manipulation, a Stoic is advised to observe carefully, act with intention, and detach from outcomes tied to the manipulator's desires. By applying these principles, individuals not only preserve their mental peace, but also navigate complex interpersonal dynamics with greater clarity and effectiveness. Number 2. Permanent critic. Constantly facing a permanent critic who seems to revel in pointing out flaws without offering constructive support can be particularly taxing. This type of person perpetually focuses on what is wrong, often overlooking the good and failing to provide the balanced feedback necessary for growth. For those practicing Stoicism, this scenario tests their ability to maintain inner peace and detachment from external judgments. Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of focusing on what can be controlled, our reactions and our mindset. This approach is crucial when dealing with a permanent critic, as Stoics believe that external criticisms are outside one's control and should not disturb one's internal state. According to Stoicism, the key is not to attempt to silence the critic, but to strengthen one's response to their criticisms. By fostering emotional resilience and a strong sense of self-validation, one can remain unaffected by incessant negativity. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, elegantly captured the essence of this approach when he stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This wisdom underscores the Stoic view that true wealth is internal. Applying this to the context of criticism suggests that craving approval or fear of disapproval from a critic impoverishes our emotional well-being. Instead, one should cultivate a mindset that values internal approval over external validation. Practically, this means developing an independent sense of self-worth that is not tied to the opinions of others. When criticism is received, it should be evaluated objectively, acknowledging valid points and dismissing unconstructive negativity. This practice allows for growth without emotional turmoil. Additionally, maintaining perspective is crucial. Understanding that a critic's harsh words reflect more about their character than one's own can be liberating. In essence, dealing with a permanent critic through Stoic principles involves transforming the challenge into an opportunity for self-improvement and emotional fortitude. By remaining focused on personal integrity and viewing criticism as a chance to strengthen one's philosophical convictions, one can navigate through constant criticism with grace and resilience. Number 3. Nice weather friend. Encountering fair weather friends who are supportive only during convenient or beneficial times poses a unique challenge, particularly to those who value deep, consistent, and reliable relationships. This type of friend can often leave feelings of disappointment and betrayal in their wake, particularly when their support is most needed, yet absent. Stoicism, with its focus on self-sufficiency and internal control, provides a valuable framework for understanding and managing such relationships. According to Stoic philosophy, we should focus on what we can control, our own actions and reactions, and accept that we cannot control the actions of others, including friends. Stoics teach that external sources of happiness and validation are unstable, and that true contentment comes from within. This perspective encourages a detachment from the unreliability of fair-weather friends and promotes an inner resilience that is not easily shaken by others' inconsistencies. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, articulated this concept when he said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Applying this to relationships means recognizing that the presence and support of fair-weather friends are unreliable and should not determine one's emotional well-being. Instead, Stoics advocate for cultivating personal virtues and self-reliance, which provide a more stable foundation for happiness and fulfillment. In practical terms, this Stoic approach involves adjusting the expectations of fair-weather friends, acknowledging that they may not always be dependable in times of need. It also entails focusing on developing relationships that are based on mutual respect, support, and consistency, which are more in line with Stoic values. Additionally, by fostering a strong sense of self and independence, one can enjoy these lighter friendships for what they are, without relying on them for fundamental emotional support or validation. Thus, while fair-weather friends may pose challenges, Stoicism offers the tools to navigate these relationships wisely. By maintaining emotional independence and focusing on building strong, supportive connections, one can enjoy the company of fair-weather friends without becoming vulnerable to their fluctuations. Number 4. Gossip people. Interacting with individuals who habitually engage in gossip presents a complex challenge for those committed to maintaining integrity and tranquility in their social interactions. Gossip, characterized by the casual or malicious spreading of rumors and private information, can erode trust, damage reputations, and create a toxic environment. For Stoics, The key to dealing with gossip lies not in controlling the behavior of the gossipers, but in mastering one's own reactions and maintaining a principled distance from such negativity. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on inner control and detachment from external disturbances, provides a robust framework for navigating the tumultuous waters of gossip. Stoics are taught to focus solely on aspects of life that are within their control, namely, their thoughts, emotions, and actions. According to Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This perspective is particularly valuable when confronting gossip. It encourages individuals to cultivate a mental fortitude that remains unaffected by the destabilizing forces of rumor-mongering. Practically, this means adopting a steadfast refusal to participate in or perpetuate gossip. Instead of getting entangled in discussions that could potentially harm others, Stoics choose to redirect conversations towards more positive and productive topics, or withdraw from them altogether. They maintain an environment where open and honest communication is valued, and where issues or misunderstandings are addressed directly with the involved parties, rather than discussed behind their backs. By adhering to these principles, those practicing Stoicism not only safeguard their own peace of mind, but also contribute to fostering a healthier social circle characterized by trust and mutual respect. This approach allows them to remain above the fray of petty social dynamics, demonstrating through their actions the profound strength and independence of a Stoic life. Number 5. Narcissists. Navigating relationships with narcissists, who frequently prioritize their own needs and emotions at the expense of others, can precipitate significant interpersonal strife and emotional turbulence. For adherents of Stoicism, such interactions represent profound tests of their ability to sustain inner serenity and emotional resilience amidst trying circumstances. Stoic philosophy provides a robust framework for managing these complex dynamics. It underscores the necessity of concentrating on elements within our control, our responses, choices, and emotional states, and relinquishing concern over unalterable factors, such as another person's ingrained characteristics or conduct. This Stoic detachment is pivotal in dealings with narcissists, as it facilitates the preservation of personal tranquility and safeguards against the emotional disturbances narcissists often provoke. Marcus Aurelius offers a compelling reflection that can deepen our understanding of how to interact with challenging personalities. Whenever you're about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This introspective prompt compels Stoics to engage in self-examination prior to responding to a narcissist's actions, thereby fostering greater self-awareness and humility. Such internal scrutiny not only diminishes the impact of a narcissist's behavior, but also promotes a more measured and mindful response. Practically speaking, engaging with narcissists through a Stoic lens entails the establishment of firm personal boundaries to safeguard mental and emotional health. It also requires cultivating a significant level of emotional detachment to prevent oneself from being overly affected by the narcissist's often erratic or manipulative behaviors. Moreover, approaching these interactions with empathy can be instrumental. Understanding that narcissistic tendencies frequently originate from underlying insecurities can enable a more empathetic and less confrontational approach, potentially alleviating conflicts and facilitating smoother communication. By faithfully applying these Stoic strategies, individuals can adeptly navigate their relationships with narcissists, ensuring their own well-being while mitigating the adverse impacts of such challenging interactions. This approach not only helps maintain personal peace, but also enhances one's capability to handle difficult relationships with grace and effectiveness. Number 6. Flatterer. Interactions with flatterers. Those who frequently use excessive and insincere praise to curry favor pose a significant challenge, especially for those who strive to maintain authenticity in their relationships. Flatterers often aim to manipulate emotions and perceptions, making it difficult to discern genuine appreciation from strategic adulation. For adherents of Stoic philosophy, dealing with such individuals requires a firm grasp of one's values and a commitment to personal integrity. Stoicism, with its emphasis on internal validation over external approval, offers a powerful antidote to the influence of flatterers. This philosophy encourages individuals to base their self-worth on their own assessments and achievements rather than the potentially deceptive praises of others. Stoics are taught to critically evaluate the intentions behind compliments and to maintain a self-sufficient mindset that is not easily swayed by flattering remarks. A relevant quote from Epictetus highlights this approach. If you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. So, if you find yourself drawn to praise, change your perspective by focusing instead on the action being praised. This guidance prompts a re-evaluation of why one might value flattery and suggests a shift towards appreciating the substance of one's actions over the superficiality of others' approval. In practical terms, dealing with flatterers requires a Stoic to employ several strategies. Firstly, it's essential to critically assess the sincerity of the praise received, determining whether it's rooted in truth or merely a tool for manipulation. Maintaining emotional independence is also crucial. By cultivating a robust sense of self that does not rely on external validation, one can diminish the impact of flattery. Additionally, promoting honest and transparent communication within relationships can help steer interactions away from hollow compliments and towards more meaningful exchanges. This not only protects one from being misled by flatterers, but also fosters a climate of authenticity and sincerity. By integrating these Stoic principles into their interactions, individuals can effectively shield themselves from the manipulative charm of flatterers, ensuring that their decisions and self-perception remain anchored in reality and personal virtue. This approach not only strengthens one's character against undue influence, but also enhances the quality of one's relationships, prioritizing genuine connection over superficial appeasement. Number 7. Victim. Flatterers, who often use excessive and insincere compliments to gain favor, pose a complex challenge, especially for those who value authenticity in their relationships. Flatterers strategically manipulate emotions and perceptions, blurring the line between genuine appreciation and calculated adulation. For individuals committed to Stoic philosophy, effectively managing relationships with such people demands a robust understanding of personal values and a deep commitment to maintaining personal integrity. Stoicism, which places a strong emphasis on internal validation rather than external approval, serves as a potent remedy to the influences of flatterers. This philosophical approach encourages individuals to anchor their self-esteem in their own evaluations and accomplishments, steering clear of the misleading commendations offered by others. Stoics are advised to scrutinize the motives behind received compliments, fostering a self-reliant attitude that remains impervious to the allure of empty flattery. Epictetus encapsulates this stance in his advice. If you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. So if you find yourself drawn to praise, change your perspective by focusing instead on the action being praised. This wisdom urges a re-evaluation of the reasons behind the allure of flattery and advocates, for a shift in focus towards valuing the essence of one's deeds above the superficiality of external validation. Practically handling flatterers within a Stoic framework involves implementing several key strategies. First, it is crucial to critically analyze the authenticity of any praise, discerning whether it is grounded in truth or merely employed as a tool for manipulation. Developing a strong sense of self that is independent of external approval is also essential. This emotional autonomy helps mitigate the influence of flattering remarks. Furthermore, fostering open and sincere communication within relationships can redirect interactions from being dominated by insincere compliments to engaging in more substantive and meaningful exchanges. This approach not only shields one from the deceptive charm of flatterers, but also cultivates an environment rich in authenticity and genuine interaction. By embracing these Stoic principles during interactions, individuals can effectively protect themselves from the manipulative tactics of flatterers, ensuring that their choices and self-perception are firmly rooted in reality and personal virtue. This method does not merely defend against undue external influence, it also significantly enhances the quality of one's relationships, emphasizing real connections over superficial flattery. Number 8. Jealous people. Dealing with jealousy, which often arises as resentment towards others' achievements or happiness, poses significant relational challenges. This negative emotion can lead to behaviors aimed at undermining those perceived to be better off, creating a toxic environment for everyone involved. For those practicing Stoicism, addressing jealousy is not merely about coping with the emotion, but about transforming the interaction through a deep commitment to personal virtues and emotional independence. Stoicism's emphasis on self-mastery and resilience is particularly effective against jealousy. The philosophy advocates for detaching one's self-esteem from external achievements and social comparisons. It teaches that true contentment is derived from within, based on one's own values and accomplishments, rather than the relative fortunes of others. This perspective is crucial for dealing with jealousy, as it often stems from a sense of inadequacy and an incessant desire for more, which can never truly be fulfilled if it depends on external circumstances. Stoics are encouraged to view others' successes without feeling threatened, focusing instead on cultivating personal growth and finding joy in their own life's journey. When interacting with individuals affected by jealousy, Stoics employ several practical strategies. Demonstrating empathy is vital, acknowledging the feelings of jealousy without endorsing any destructive behavior associated with it. This empathetic approach can often help de-escalate emotions and lead to more constructive behavior. Maintaining composure and a calm demeanor in response to jealousy is equally important, as it not only helps preserve the Stoic's peace of mind, but also sets a positive example for others on managing similar emotions effectively. Additionally, fostering discussions that focus on personal development and internal fulfillment can shift the narrative from envy-driven comparisons to more meaningful, self-focused achievements. By adopting these Stoic practices, individuals can navigate interactions with jealous people more effectively, ensuring that their own integrity and the quality of their relationships are maintained. This approach does not just address the immediate effects of jealousy, it also contributes to creating a more supportive and empathetic community. Number 9. Judgmental people. Interactions with judgmental people who often critique and impose their standards on others can be particularly challenging. Such individuals tend to assess others harshly, letting their own biases dictate their perceptions, which can lead to strained relationships and communication barriers. Stoic philosophy, which advocates for emotional resilience and self-control, offers valuable insights into how to maintain one's composure and integrity in the face of undue judgment. Stoics teach that our internal responses to external events are within our control, and this principle is crucial when dealing with judgmental attitudes. The philosophy encourages us to develop an inner fortitude that remains steadfast, regardless of others' negative opinions. This involves understanding that judgments from others more often reflect their own values and struggles rather than any true assessment of those they judge. By internalizing this, a Stoic can remain undisturbed by external criticisms and focus on cultivating personal virtues. The Stoic approach also involves empathy, recognizing that judgmental behavior may stem from the other person's insecurities or lack of fulfillment. Rather than responding defensively or with annoyance, a Stoic might choose to engage with compassion, aiming to understand the root of their judgments without accepting them as personal truths. This poised reaction can disarm the negative interaction, potentially leading the judgmental individual to reconsider their approach. Moreover, Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of self-reflection in the face of criticism, suggesting that one should use external judgments as opportunities to consider one's own faults objectively, without becoming emotionally involved. Aurelius: when someone has a solid foundation in life, they don't have to look outside for approval. This Stoic reminder encourages a focus on self-improvement and personal integrity rather than on modifying external perceptions. Thus, dealing with judgmental people through a Stoic lens involves a balanced mix of self-awareness, emotional detachment, and thoughtful engagement. This not only helps preserve one's mental peace, but also fosters a more understanding and less confrontational environment. As we've journeyed through the landscape of challenging personalities, from the ever-critical to the overtly narcissistic, we've armed ourselves with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Each personality we encounter poses unique challenges, but Stoicism equips us with the tools to maintain our composure and protect our inner peace. By focusing on what we can control, our responses and attitudes, we empower ourselves to rise above negativity. The Stoic principles discussed here, including emotional detachment, the cultivation of virtues, and the importance of self-reflection, are more than just philosophical ideals. They are practical strategies for enhancing our daily interactions. I encourage you to apply these teachings consistently in your life. Embrace the calm and resilience that Stoicism offers, and you'll find that even the most difficult personalities cannot disturb your tranquility. If you found these insights helpful, please like, share, and comment below with your experiences or any questions. Let's continue to support each other in our journey to live more stoically in the face of adversity.